Welcome to GoldBoys Live, presented by Pickett Sports Sleeper Picks. We've got a full card of MLB. We will get to some NFL news and notes, try to get some betting value from that. We had some college football games last night, a lot going on. Day game. I'll just before I introduce you guys, these have been good, so I'll get it in so you guys can tell if you want. I played under 5.5, first five in Cubs Reds with these two young pitchers. So these have been going good, these first five unders in the day games. Brad, Josh, boys, what's going on?
Man, yesterday was great. Oh shit. Oh, I'm sorry for the curse word. My lighting just fell down. Oh my god. Oh no. uh, all my bets won.
There you go.
Matt, and both sleeper plays hit.
We hit sleeper plays.
Wow.
They both two of them. I cannot
Dude.
believe it. And wait, one of them. Let me just tell you, Jordan Houston under 63.5. He had 48 at halftime. I was like, this is dead. This is dead. And they took the lead. I was like, I'm so dead.
You deserve a shout out because I tailed you on that. Who was it? Sims over rushing yards. And I asked you, should I bet him first touchdown? You said no. I was like, I'm betting him anyway. And he scored the first touchdown at 9-1, but they called it back. But yeah, you gave out over 35.5. He had 81 at halftime. So good call. Our first five under hit yesterday. So yeah, the picks have been winning. Hopefully word starts the spread here that we're helping you win some money. Anything you guys like in this day game, Cubs and Reds?
Wait, just quick shout out for Matt Manning going under 4K.
Yeah, yes, of course.
Struck out the side in the first inning.
Dude, when we ended the show, he had 4Ks through 3 innings, and I had under 4.5 and under 5.5, and he ended with 4. And it was all because Brian faded me and took over on his Ks. And as soon as he did that, I said, "Thank you for solidifying my bet, Brian."
Yeah,
it was wonderful.
Good. You guys have anything on this game?
No, I struggled to find something that I like. Did you have anything?
I like both these pitchers as well, though, for sure. Yeah. Jordan Wicks is going to be very nice. And, Graham Ashcraft just continues to gobble up innings. When he keeps the ball low, he can get into the 7th, and he can keep the home runs from coming.
Yep. I would oh, wait, never mind. I misread that. I thought that said 8.5. He's at 5.5 Ks. I still kind of like the under there, though.
Who's that?
Ashcraft.
Well, yeah, I my favorite bet of the day. It's not until 5:10 p.m. out here. It's in Houston, so it's probably 6:10 for you guys. And the Yanks are visiting. Carlos Rodon is visiting, and the Astros do not strike out against left-handed pitching. And Carlos Rodon has only gotten 6 Ks or more twice. You can get under 5.5 at -140 on DraftKings, and I took it at -132 as well on BetMGM for those who might have that book if it's still available at that price. And yeah, I love it. I just absolutely love it. Like I said, I don't need to think about anything else when I look at the Astros hitting right now. They are mashing. And the only teams that he struck out more than 5 times are the Rays, who strike out a ton against lefties, and the Rockies, who strike out almost the most against lefties. So very happy to fade him not getting 6 Ks again. And you guys, there's probably a good advantage for the Stros with Verlander on the mound as well, I should say, at home. So
yeah, I was. Yeah. It's funny that like you had a kind of a different thought process than I did there. I was kind of going the opposite way with both pitchers having big strikeout days, but I didn't end up getting to the window, so my opinions don't matter that much.
What a joke by the Yankees, calling up all these young guys, and you know what they're trying to do? They're trying to spin this narrative that the Yankees they're young, they're exciting, give the fans what they're trying to do. And Dominguez is supposedly a big prospect, cooled off a little bit in terms of the hype the past couple of years, but they're trying to get Yankee fans to distract them from the fact that this is just a hideous product, a bad team, a horrible year. Because if you look at Yankee fans on Twitter, oh man, I'm so excited to watch these young kids. I'm so excited. Like, you should not be happy if you're a Yankee fan. You should not be excited. This is a terrible team with no direction, with no plan. Like, people can kill the Mets. The Mets at least have a plan. They have a direction. The Yankees are just a completely rudderless ship. And for all these young guys coming up, let's see if one of them can hit above 220, because they call up these kids and none of them can ever hit. So just absolutely awful here by the Yankees. Just absolutely awful. And by the way, Pickett, Sleeper, our chats, Hall of Fame bets, anyone on the Twitch chats, YouTube chats, feel free to chime in and give us your questions, comments. He said, well, what did Jay say about the Astros game? Jay, what do you got?
Jay?
You're Jay.
Yeah. I guess. Okay. I said that I am taking Rodon under 5.5 Ks in this one. That's my favorite bet, but I don't really like -166 at this point for the Astros money line. I would definitely feel better about them beating the Yankees with Verlander on the mound. I'm not scared of Rodon. I think he can go 6 innings and get 2 or 3 Ks,
Okay.
and I wouldn't be surprised.
I was dude, I am 100% wrong. I was talking about a different game. I'm sorry.
You're
Yeah.
good.
When
You're
I
good.
was like, I was thinking about Mets Mariners. That's kind of what came to mind when I saw when I heard Verlander. I was like, when you said Rodon, I was like, wait. No. I'm not betting Rodon to get a ton of Ks
Yeah.
there because it's Gilbert versus Senga. I think Senga can get a couple Ks there.
Boy.
Good strikeout team Mariners there. And we know Gilbert's been absolutely shoving recently. Mets aren't a high strikeout team, but when a dude's just pitching nice, he's just pitching nice.
Yeah.
Ty Pack says, "What about Judge? He didn't hit." Yeah, that's 5 years ago, and he's literally the only one. Like all these other guys just come up, and these Pereiras and Perazzas, none of them can hit. So, Yankees are in last place. They're a bad team. They're under 500. They have unlimited resources. They charge top dollar. So, like, if you're a Yankee fan, you're happy with this product.
We need a Yankees fan on this show.
I mean, what a joke.
We need someone. We need a dissenting voice because I just want to pile on top of everything you're saying, and it feels like we need we need Ty Pack on the show for a minute so he can talk about his beloved Yankees.
I am a Yankees fan.
You are?
Yes.
Oh, you're just a self-hating Yankee fan.
I just don't go to no. I just don't. And my hot take is one of the biggest culprits for the Yankees being bad is the fans for enabling this and showing up and spending $80 on parking and $20 for beer and $15 for a hot dog and all this garbage. Like they don't put the money back into the team. I know they have a high payroll ish, but they stay under the luxury tax. They didn't get Bryce Harper and Machado and all these guys. It's ridiculous how they've run this team. And it's a sport with no payroll. So you haven't been to the World Series in 12, 13 years now, 14 years. Like to me, it's unacceptable. It's really poor the way they've run it. It's just ridiculous.
It sounds like Ty's happy to bring up these prospects and just give up on this season entirely. And I think that makes sense as well. It's like he's saying, like they're bad. And if they give these kids a chance, then what's the harm? Like you need to fill a lot of spots.
Oh, I agree. Look, I don't disagree with calling them up. I just think it's more of a PR move than a baseball move. It's a way to divert people. It's a little bit of a diversion.
It's helpful, but I think it's also like what are you supposed to do once you're at this point in the season? You lean
they're doing the right thing.
Sucking. Yeah.
They are doing the right thing.
And you just want to call them out and not let them off the hook for sucking ass before this. That's what you're saying.
And I think there's a little bit of a motive here to divert people because people are now, the story about the Yankees, the narrative is, hey, we're excited about Dominguez. It's not, hey, this team sucked. Like you released Donaldson a few days ago. Like why now? What took so long? Like what is the point? It's all for optics. Like there was a chance to fix this team.
And I'm assuming they did it. Yeah, they did it and put out the report that they cut Donaldson. It was probably like a Thursday night or Friday night or something. You know what I mean? It was like Friday at 4 p.m. when no one cares because they just want it under the radar. They want the stench of all of that out of their ballpark. And I get it for them. You were fading the crap out of them early on until it got way too much to take them to not make the playoffs. I loved all those bets, but
they were plus 250, not like a couple 6 weeks ago to miss the playoffs. Like it's crazy, man. It's just a disaster. And Ty Pack says with Bader gone, the hope is Dominguez can play center next year. Yeah, I mean there's two things going on at the same time. It's right. It's the correct move what they're doing. It annoys me. The way they run the team just completely annoys me. I just think it's ridiculous. 2 outs, I think, top of the first here. 2 up, 2 down for Ashcraft. So hopefully we get a quiet afternoon here in terms of the scoring. Anything else you guys want to talk about in terms of baseball? Anything you bet?
Yeah.
We should probably talk about Braves-Dodgers. I don't know if we've talked Braves-Dodgers yet from last night, from tonight.
All right, so wait. Let's talk about this.
This home run
a situation has arisen, and I need to get your guys' thoughts. I accidentally bet Derrick Henry MVP 150-1. Because I thought it was Offensive Player of the Year. What do you do? Do you let it ride? I put a couple bucks on it.
What can you do? You can't.
Just so you know, so last night
you delete the tweet. Like some dude said he has 0% chance of winning MVP. I obviously know that, but I'm not going to post a bet and post the wrong bet and then
you posted it on Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would delete it. Just hey, or you just quote tweet it and say this was a mistake. Supposed to be Offensive Player of the Year. Put the right one up. I don't know. I don't think he's winning either. I think he's. At
150-1, I would have taken.
That's not a bad number.
But Ricky, MVP, like I might as well just burn that $12.
Wait, what was he up for Offensive Player of the Year?
30.
Yeah, I don't like that.
This is the year that he
regrets. I know he breaks all the rules in terms of like the usage, but I don't know. Somebody asked with do you think Judge can homer? Judge can always homer. What's his number though? Like plus 250 or something like.
Judge can always homer is so true.
Judge can always homer. I don't know if there's value.
Yeah, it's plus 490 for the first one, so it's probably in the plus 215 on FanDuel.
Yeah, 215 versus Verlander, like it's just like
Kiss my ass.
What's he to walk? Because the Astros are playing for a division. Like, hey, if I'm the Astros, if I'm having meetings about how to game plan tonight, I'm not letting Judge beat me. Stanton can beat me. One of these young kids, I'm not going to just let Judge hit the ball 9 miles. Like, he's the only guy in the lineup, really. I know Torres has hit the ball a little better recently, but I wouldn't recommend that bet. But hey, if you want to throw it into something, I can understand it's a fun one to root for. I don't think you're getting a great bargain with that price.
Can I actually say that I'm now 2 for 2 in my last 2 home run calls on the show? Bryce Harper and Acuna Jr. It's wonderful.
Oh my God. Acuna yesterday made me seem like the craziest sports bettor in the world yesterday.
It was wonderful. I also had total bases.
I had Lance Lynn earned runs and total hits. And so we're sitting at the bar. I told you I was at that Florida bar. All the sad Gator fans were kind of more focused on the baseball game than they were on their Gator game. And I'm like, listen, Acuna is going to get up to bat. Bases are still going to be loaded. He's going to hit a grand salami. We're going to cash earn runs. Then the next guy's going to come up and get a hit. The place went nuts when he hit the home run. Next guy didn't get a hit, but it still made it so worth it. I'm like running around like, whoa.
Awesome. And we were texting our group chat. Acuna hits the grand slam. Like, oh, that does it for MVP.
Yeah.
That's it. And then Betts has 2 homers. I think he finished August. He hit 450 in August. People don't do that. That's not even real life. So it's a great race. I still slightly favor Acuna, but like, I mean, you can't really say he gets robbed if he doesn't win. There's still a month or so to play here. I don't know what you guys think in terms of MVP. Strider gets hit a little bit, so it looked like he was having a good start and he could put his stamp on Cy Young. What do you guys think?
Dude, that game was like a whole season in one game.
That was the most amazing game to watch. And listen, I tried to go to bed, and I tried to go to bed. It was like a 4-run game, and I was like, fuck, I still have to keep watching.
Yeah.
Okay. I have not hedged yet. I have bets 10-1.
You haven't hedged? Yeah.
You haven't hedged it.
No, I'm like, because every time I go, okay, I'm going to hedge, then Acuna becomes like, has a minus sign in front of him.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those.
I'm done doing that. I'm done with that dance.
I just put a unit to win 10 units.
Yeah. It's an interesting one. I mean, we were talking about this too. Like, one of my buddies has Snell to win the Cy Young, and if he wins, he's $30,000, and he hasn't.
What's his unit size first? If that matters a lot.
Right, like, but there's no way to really hedge because you have, and Strider's now plus 420 at FanDuel. You have Strider in the mix, you have Gowan in the mix, and you have Steele, who's quietly 7-1 too. So there's really no way to hedge. Would you guys hedge? I don't.
No, you can't. No clean hedge.
What's interesting, dudes, is we were talking on the group chat about like, so what is the criteria here? Like, what? How do you prioritize ERA, strikeouts, expected numbers, whatever, wins, and all 3 of those pitchers, Snell, Steele, and Strider, are doing 3 different are leading in 3 of those each of those categories, right? Like Snell has got the ERA all the way down, the WHIP all the way down, and he's got second in Ks, but it's like 80 less Ks than Strider. And then you've got Steele, who's he's got 18 whatever wins now and is like just cruising. He's not far back. He's got the 18. He's second in quality starts on the season. So it's like, which numbers do I prioritize? All 3 pitchers could make a legitimate case. I put my money on Strider twice now, once at 9-1, once at plus 350. I'm out on this dance. I'm not going back and forth anymore, man. I'm out. You know,
if you had nothing right now, like, what's the best bet? I'll read the numbers here. FanDuel, Snell minus 160, Strider plus 420, Gowan 5-1, Steele plus 750. And any thoughts on?
I lean Strider, but everyone keeps saying his ERA is too high. And then so my buddy who used to be trader at PointsBet said that you guys saw the text. He said ERA is just too high. He leans Steele at the price.
It's not crazy. I just don't know if Steele has enough. Like, I don't know. At the end of the day, it's voting. It's a popularity contest. Strider's on the best team. He's throwing 100 miles an hour.
Getting a ton of wins.
Yeah.
He's throwing 100 miles per hour in the 5th inning. Like, that's what
he was
blowing my mind. Yeah. Against the Dodgers, he racked up 9 Ks.
I'm also getting, though, the Steele info. That's the name that keeps getting floated my way by people that are smarter than me about baseball.
All right, I'm going to put a little bit on Steele right now.
It's partly because of the value.
I can't because the game just started.
Yeah, it's still up at FanDuel. I think I'd probably still bet Strider. Like, if I had no bets, I still think Strider has a chance. Again, he's got to get this ERA lower. The fact that Snell has a 1. Yes. What did I say?
Oh, no. I was talking to myself. Sorry.
Okay. No, I think the fact that Snell's got a run better than him in ERA, that's going to matter. So you have to cut that gap a little bit.
Yeah.
Snell still have to face the Dodgers still, so the remaining schedules are interesting. It's going to be a fun race. What sucks is, you bet this. They don't announce the awards for baseball. I hate how they do this. They announce them like the second, third week of November. Like this sits in your account. It rots in your account from say you bet this in April, May, whatever. It's like 7, 8, 9 months sometimes to
Dude,
find out if you won.
Think about an NBA future you put in freaking August.
Oh my God.
You're getting paid till June.
Right.
It's obnoxious.
All right. I just took a little on Steele, just a little.
I don't hate it.
I just can't keep hearing people say Steele, and not have anything at 7-1. I have no action on this whatsoever. So
yeah, I'm pretty good on my Strider bets at this point. And the only reason I kept going with him is, once again, like, if it's a voting award and his face is all over most of the highlights and media because of the Ks, then whatever. Snell with the walks, I don't know how much that's held against him, but I would say if he's priced at -160 right now, like, if I had a ticket of him above, and plus money, I'd probably feel really good about it. So with that ERA, like we keep saying. I have one more thing for today. I have a couple more, but my next favorite bet was the Tigers are better than the White Sox. Like, I got them at -125 on DraftKings. You can get them -136 right now on FanDuel. I didn't check DraftKings. It's probably about the same, but like, it's Eduardo Rodriguez versus Toussaint, who is awful. So I don't know. And the White Sox can't hit anybody, much less left-handed pitching, much less a very good strikeout pitcher. That was too much. I thought that was mispriced for sure at -125, and I still do at -135. So
we got 1 out, 1 on, bottom of the first here. Reds steer with a single, so still scoreless. Hope we can get out of this first scoreless here. Anything else on baseball? I think the Red Sox are kind of cheap against the Royals.
Bad. I took second inning, no runs.
What price did you get on that?
-105.
It's not bad.
It's now to -115.
It's not bad.
Now it's to -110.
What book offers that? I mean, a lot of them do. I'm just curious where you played it.
I played it offshore.
Okay.
I'm useless to help people.
Yeah, I mean, I was in Florida last week. You were telling me, hey, betting's going to be legal. I was all excited. I wasn't.
No, but when you said you're coming, and like, I was like, damn, I kept telling by football season. I meant to say NFL football season, and you're like, yeah. I said
I think I texted you when I landed. I was like, all right, how we looking? Any look? And you're like, oh, it should be. I forget. You made it seem optimistic though.
I know, and then like I didn't get it until like I was like, holy shit, he's in.
Is it there? It's not there still.
No, they just turned in their last piece of thing like at the deadline, was like 2 days ago. Yeah, they're saying it's going to be set up. Listen, they built the sports book in Miami last year. They're just finishing up the sports book in Tampa this week. So we'll see what that means.
I don't know if you guys have anything else on baseball. We can transition to college if you want. I do like the Dogs.
Bryce Harper also.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Just Bryce Harper over 1.5 total hits, runs, and RBI in this one as well.
Oh, nice.
Against Peralta. That's a good matchup too. Peralta against Wheeler.
It is. Peralta's been getting hit a little bit more by lefties as of late. So I like that.
All right.
And it's Bryce. It's Bryce Harper. Come on, man.
He's hot, man. Him and Turner are just red hot. They get on these streaks. Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tail Brad here in this under second inning. This no run. Price keeps toggling. I keep getting the spin cycle here.
It keeps going up and down, up and down.
Right.
It's because they're trying to see.
I don't care. Just give me the bet. Oh, now it's off. It's not off.
Dog, they're watching our show. That is too many times in a row. That's too many times.
I mean, just give me the damn number. I don't care.
Tone said, Brad, was I a madman for taking UCF -35 last night? No. So the best part about being a college football handicapper, like as my career job, is I get the most random messages at the start of the week asking, should I bet this? Should I bet that? I'm going to give a shout out to my friend Pins Fan, who hit me up on, what date was that? The 24th, the 25th, and said, hey, Brad, am I crazy? Am I crazy for thinking Kent State keeps it close to Central Florida? One word response. Yes. I put the correct score prediction at 55-14. Game ended 56.
I played under. I figured Kent State wouldn't score at all. and UCF would take the foot off the gas. They got the ball with like 5 minutes left, and it was in
Dude.
that middle zone of like, all right, just run out the clock. But they just were getting 8 yards at a clip, and they, for whatever reason, wanted to score. They had 730 yards of offense.
It's like you got screwed because they did that one big play to cross the 50. And then they were like, oh, well, now what do we do? And they just chunk yard.
I've noticed you're a little younger, Brad, but when I was it's hard to put a year on it, but there used to be a time where you would just take the foot off the gas. I feel like with betting being legal now, I think this has been talked about a lot. And this wasn't the case in this instance, but I don't know. You see these late time teams, these teams running up late where they want to cover for their alums. The alums are at the game, especially at home, and Ohio State's laying 35 and like, hey, make everybody happy, win by 38.
Most of the premier coaches love covering
Harbaugh's
the spread.
Like that. A lot of, because hey,
Franklin's like that.
Your donors are paying your salary they're on the sidelines, they're drinking, they're having a good time. You want to take care of your donors. So we're seeing a little more of this late, hey, we can just kneel on it or we can punch it in, and they punch it in. This didn't used to happen a lot. And that was one case last night. It didn't affect the spread, but it did affect the total.
Yeah.
We are treading dangerous
It's a good
waters.
segue.
No, that's not dangerous. That's not
us. Not us. The sports betting world is.
There's a human element to it, though. That is the human element of it.
Yeah.
So pretty much, Tone is seeing the board really clearly. He hit 3 for 3 yesterday. I did take the over in the Michigan game for almost that exact same reason. I think Michigan scores 50 by themselves.
How about the games tonight? I like Georgia Tech. I know you're on Louisville, but I took the point.
I'm on Louisville. I like 8. Yeah, I would take Louisville at 7. Wait, I'm going to my phone. Like I don't have a whole sheet right here.
Are there 7s out there? I don't.
Not anymore. No.
Okay.
7s are long gone. I think that was the last one. Last 7 we saw was Thursday.
Yeah. Do you see any area where this game is close?
There's a world where it's close. Let me pull up my notes real quick. I just don't like Georgia Tech. I don't see how they improve offensively. Someone said this. I think it was Parker, Stats of War. Shout out to him on Twitter. One of the best stats guy for college football. But he said a statement, and he said it for defense, but I think it's same can be said for offense. That where I always had the problem of me personally, where expecting the best out of teams, right? And his statement was, we always say that it can't get any worse, but that's so false. Like if you're not making the right adjustments to improve, it can absolutely get worse. And why I'm saying this, last year they were 117th in offensive success rate. They were 101st in net points per drive last year. And listen, when I say 101st in net points per drive, they were 25th on defense, which means their offense was bringing them down so much in scoring. Now they play against a Louisville team who's going to be good. I believe they're going to be good offensively. Last year they weren't. 84th offensive success rate. I just think they're going to have to play immaculate defense to keep this close. But I don't see it. I have it as a 10 points advantage. But I'm not double dipping. All I need is Louisville to win since I parlayed it with the Braves. And I'm okay with whatever happens with the points with the spread.
How about the idea? Hey, Georgia Tech, you're home. You're on national TV. It's a primetime game. It's a Friday night. You're gonna have a fired up crowd here. Does that worry you at all? The atmosphere where hey, if they get a quick touchdown for Georgia Tech, okay.
No, I don't just consider Georgia Tech as one of those places.
Yeah, like Utah last night. Where
it's not playing. Freaking Salt Lake City is impossible.
Yes. Those Mormons are they mean business.
Yeah.
How about I like Central Michigan plus the points. To me, Michigan State's a fade. They're in.
Yeah, I like. Wait, what number did you get?
14.5.
Yeah, I think that number is down now. A lot lower, I believe.
There's no hopes left.
Yeah. I'm fading Michigan State. I'm on Michigan State's win total under. Oh my god, what's the number?
13.5. I pulled a no. You get 13.5. I mean, I gave it out at 14.5, but I'm seeing 13.
Yeah, when you said that number, I was like, we just recorded our Big Ten segment. I think the number was a little bit lower. Yeah.
Some of these line movements are crazy in all those games. Like last night, they were like flying all over the place. Like UConn went from 50 down to 46, then it went back up to 47 or so. So the
14 available at Caesars.
Okay.
Yeah, Michigan State's a fade, especially like this is not one of those games where like Central Michigan aren't going to come in here fired up. like anytime Central Michigan's one of those schools where anytime they can play against Michigan or Michigan State, like
Those are
they
those are
get
guys that
fired
didn't
up.
recruit them. I mean, those are kids
Yes,
that didn't
yes.
get recruited. Like, hey, I want to go to Michigan State. I want to go to Michigan. I didn't get recruited. I got to go to Central Michigan. So there's definitely an element of that to it too. Do you give Central Michigan any chance to win the game straight up?
Yeah, this is a bad Michigan State team. I don't think so. I think the closest they get it with isn't within like probably 6.
Okay.
But that's more than a cover. I am interested to see what happens with this Hawaii game. I
Huge
thought,
line move.
yeah, I thought that Hawaii impressed a lot. Them going back to the run and shoot was probably one of the best things they could do.
They
They
should
had a
have won
lot of
last week. They should have won that
yes.
game.
I was just about to say they had a lot of empty possessions last week where they should have scored. And I don't rate Stanford highly at all. Man, I might be tempted to take. I might talk myself into taking some of the +3.
It's just so hard. It was 10.5 like a week ago. Then it's
Yeah.
7. Then it's all right. Like you don't want to be the
Just
last
so
guy
hard.
at the buffet.
And
Yeah.
it's especially like I think that at that point I'd rather just take the win
Yeah.
with that much line movement.
NFL, while we wrap here, there's been some newsy things. I don't know where you guys want to start. The Bears, I didn't realize. I was looking at this line and like why that went from there was a 3 at Bet Rivers like a week ago. Now it's down to like 1. It's still a decent teaser price. You can find the 1.5 with the Packers. The Bears offensive line is already beat to hell. There's that. And Cooper Kupp suffered a setback. What was it? A hamstring.
Yeah.
McVay had some interesting quotes like, hey, we don't just want Cooper Kupp back. We want him back and healthy, which is a little reading between the lines. Hey, let's take our time. I think the Rams are one of these teams that might have an eye on Caleb Williams. It's going to be hard to get under Arizona, but I don't know. Josh, take it whichever way you want to go. What's the betting implication from either one of these?
For Kupp, well, for Kupp or the Bears, you're saying
whatever way you want to go.
I'm already fading the Bears. I mean, I don't think it can get much worse on their offensive line. I don't think it can get much worse on defense. I don't have them as really like a legit favorite in any but like 2 of their first 12 games where I'd consider them not even a favorite, like close to a push or a pick 'em rather, right? And for everybody's like that was a huge implication for why I took Broncos to have more, the most improved team. This is the only team they're really battling there is the 3-win Bears from last season. It's just like this parade because DJ Moore is there and Khalil Herbert's really good, and I guess, right? But I don't know why I would trust anything to do with that offensive line. Justin Fields is great for a lot of different stats and rushing, leading, whatever you want to do. Like if you want to find Justin Fields stats, but that's only because he's also running for his life. So like,
yeah, I think that the Bears pricing has gotten pretty funny. Bears moved to the favorite against Tampa Bay in Tampa. Yeah, now they're a 1.5 point favorite.
Yeah, that's a good angle because sometimes, look, these books have a lot of lines to make and they have lines for every game like during the season where sometimes they won't adjust the week 3 or the week 4. Like you'll downgrade a team in season wins or week 1, but like week 3 or week 4 will be stay on. Okay, you got to tie up your money for a little bit, but you can get some good numbers that way.
So why are they favored against the Packers?
Who's that? Green Bay? I mean, that's a good question. I think Green Bay's a better team. I don't know. Maybe it's the reception.
I don't know. I think Green Bay wins.
Yeah. Green Bay has a much better lines, both of them.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't know about Love and people like Fields. I mean, I guess that's the answer.
I do take something away. There's 2 quarterbacks that I've actually legitimately taken away things from the preseason, and it's Jordan Love and it's Desmond Ridder. And Desmond Ridder couldn't hit the ocean right now. And Jordan Love looks like a reasonably accurate quarterback, throwing like down the sideline as well as across the middle. So I've been drafting Christian Watson in fantasy football leagues because I do think that there's some legitimacy to Jordan Love being an NFL quarterback. But everywhere else they're better. I mean, maybe DJ Moore is there. You like their wide receiver core a little bit. If you believe in Chase Claypool, I guess in Chicago, I don't know. Even the backfield, like where Chicago's supposed to have an edge, like I would still rather have Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon than what we're working with in Chicago. So that -1 seems mispriced, but I might be overlooking something that I need to dig into deeper.
I don't know if either of you guys have mentioned, but I think the best bet takeaway for me, and I've already bet this. Let me just make sure it's still available. Under 7.5 wins. I mean, they won 3 last season.
Yeah,
they're 3.5. It's really hard. That's a massive improvement.
And the problem for them is like even if Justin Fields takes this mega step, the offensive line's still going to be bad.
Awful. Plus, he runs so much; he's a major threat to get hurt. Like you can't. He got set between the sacks and the rushing attempts. Like he is running all the time. Like, I know he is dynamic when he's got the ball in his hands. He reminds me a lot
Runner
of Vic,
in
but
scoring position with 2 outs in
2
this
strikes, I
Reds
know.
game.
We had 2
This
out,
is
nobody on too. We had a quiet top of the second, 2 out, nobody on. Looked like we are gonna get a clean second, but now we got a runner in scoring position here. But we're in decent shape for the under, but that can. Ooh, did we get him on the helmet there, or is he safe?
Oh, let's see. Come on, give it to me, baby.
I think he's probably safe. Yeah, he
Oh,
is.
he looks safe. Just
Yeah, that was
strike him.
close.
Oh my god. Now Wicks can't find the strike zone.
That was a nifty little tag he put on him. That was a quick tag.
Yeah.
Yeah, so to me, under 7.5 wins for the Bears.
That's a
Again,
great
people
bet.
don't want to tie up their money, but going from like if you go from 3 wins to 8 and you beat me, you beat me. But that's going to 8 and 9. That's a massive improvement for, like you guys said, offensive line, defense, a running quarterback. We have issues about him maybe staying healthy, maybe throwing the ball. DJ Moore's a nice player, but people act like DJ Moore is this like prime Randy Moss or Calvin Johnson changing your team. Like, calm
He's
down
gonna
a
be
little
the
bit.
same dude as last year when
He's
he
the
had
same
Rand-
dude in the same like
Yeah.
he's not and like what's crazy, but people don't realize like DJ Moore is not like taking the next step.
No.
He's staying the same. Like
Yeah.
there's no like new ceiling for him. His ceiling has been established.
He the only way you increase his ceiling is if you put him on as the second wide receiver on a good offense, and now
Right.
he can increase the stats that he's had where he was the main focal point. But no, that ain't it. That's
No.
not going to do it. I love the under 7.5. Did you put enough units
Plus
to make it worth your time?
money. You get
Plus
plus
money.
money. Wow. I'm not seeing. I just don't understand that line. I really don't.
He walked them. Oh man.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
It's okay. We got the number 9 dude up right now. Like
What about
famous last words?
What about
I know.
Kupp
Listen,
injury?
I've
What
already
do you think
counted as a loss when the guy got on base with 2 outs. No one
Cooper
on.
Cup injury. I don't know. Do you fade the Rams in week 1? That's when they're going to be their healthiest, you would think, although they're already got out of Cup. Like, they're already down Cup. Thing about the Rams is they were so thin. They haven't had draft picks. They haven't had, they basically went all in to win their title. They won it. And now it's like Donald's thinking about retirement. It's basically Donald, Cup, Stafford, and not a lot else. They trade Ramsey. It's such a stars and scrubs model that you start to lose these stars. They're in for a long, long season. So I'd probably play under for them too. Somebody's asking for a recap of the picks. I'm under 5.5, first 5 for this game, but you're probably not going to get that number right now with the game started. I'll take the Red Sox, and I took Georgia Tech, and I took Central Michigan. And you guys can go ahead with sleeper or whatever else you guys have for your picks.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I won't have a sleeper out until later. I'll put it on my Twitter account, but I didn't talk about this. I am on FSU plus 2.5. There's only 1.5s around. I'm okay with the 1.5s that are still out there. I think FSU wins this game. It's a difference of FSU leads the nation in returning production, and a lot of players out for LSU, starting defensive tackle out, Emery's out, running back there. It's going to be tough for them in Florida. Like, this is going to be a FSU crowd here. So yeah, go ahead and give me the Seminoles.
It's a hell of
I don't
a
care.
game.
I don't care about the
game.
revenge angle. People like talk about revenge angles, all this stuff. Like, Florida State's going to be a really good team. They are probably the second best receiver core in college football. Now adding Keon Coleman to that mix there. So.
Yeah, there's a 3 briefly yesterday at Rivers, which I grabbed. I wish I grabbed it a little more. We're going to give me some wiggle room. Hey, I can buy back on a cheap money line, but that should be a fun game. I'm excited for that.
A great D line versus a very bad offensive line. There was a stat that I had that was pretty crazy about strikeout. We got it. We cashed second inning, no runs, but there was a pretty good stat there that I just pulled up because I thought it was pretty compelling here, right? So I'll be quick with it, so I'm not keeping you guys forever. But Jaden Daniels, for as much as he scrambled, had one of the worst like QB sack rates or pressure rates that he created, basically not getting rid of the ball fast enough or not understanding his protection. And now they're playing against a defensive line that's going to be one of the best in the country. I think that he's going to be in trouble. Obviously, he gets out of a lot of trouble with his legs, but I'm excited. LSU also rebuilt their secondary here with new transfers coming in, but I'm not all that like worried as some people with their secondary because LSU recruits the secondary at such a high level. Except they did miss out on the guy who was supposed to go there from Louisiana and end up going to Alabama, number 1 defensive back. So we'll see.
All right, we got a pick recap. Anything else before we bounce?
I'm going to parlay probably. I haven't done it yet because I'm trying to see the price, but Gilbert 8Ks, Senga 8Ks. It should be close to plus 350 if I just do the math in my head. Senga's number is high, but like the Mariners strike out a ton. And I told you guys about Gilbert during the show.
I don't know if Julio's back. That might be a good under game too. Gilbert and Senga. That might be a
yeah.
under look. Schedule's starting to get a little tougher for the Mariners. I think at Mets, at Reds, at Rays the next week. So they've been beating up on these cupcakes. So this is
I think the Reds and Mets might still be considered cupcakes right now.
No, Reds are no. I mean, Reds are over 500. It's not like you have the
Yeah.
even the Royals or in the A's where they're minus 300 favorites. Like you're going to be even money. You know, maybe slight dog, slight favorite in some of these games where you're not going to just run through the Reds and the Rays, and like even the Mets are throwing Senga tonight. So I don't know, a little tougher.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Appreciate it. Thank you guys on the chat. Thank you to Picket Sports, Sleeper Hall of Fame Bets. We will be back Monday, 1 Eastern, I think, on Labor Day. I don't know. We'll have to check. But until then, enjoy your holiday weekend. Good luck on all your plays. Win all of the money would be my advice.
Yes.
See you guys. Appreciate it.